first vice president of the collectivité says that suppressing charges and taxes for the year 2020 is not an option. President of the Waiklu says the stimulus package being proposed by government should have a different effect. But first up, residents of Fort William says rebuilding is moving at snail pace. Those are the headlines for Friday, May the 8th, 2020. This is SXM Daily News. I'm Valerie Van Putten. Thank you so much for joining me today. And as usual, we have a packed newscast for you this evening, so let's get started. The rebuilding of homes since Hurricane Irma is moving at a snail's pace. This is according to resident of Fort William, Mrs. Baptist, who says that she only got certain material and is still awaiting more material promised to her by the Red Cross. Mrs. Baptist even went as far as going to court, but to no avail. Founder of 721 News, Gromiko Wilson, gave a tour of the home that is stuck in getting rebuilt.
Today, I came up in the neighborhood to show you a situation where a family is living and they needed help as soon as possible. Okay, and I want to bring into their home. Okay. The situation is not one of the most best situations that we encounter. Okay, there are a block of certain procedure that get stuck at the ending of the day. The kids are suffering. The family has been forced since Irma to split up. It have a court case in between that is lingering over the family head. And that is going to cause the whole entire family separation. Okay, this is Miss Baptist.
My name is Keisha Taylor Baptist, and I'm here because, you know, the situation with my family is not really 100%, and people have to know what you're going through. And since Irma, we've been like this. I guess you guys are aware because you saw. And we were trying to get some help from the Red Cross, and to some circumstances they gave us like few materials to get started, and with a deal that we had to find our own construction worker, which we complied with. And upon the process we did that, they promised to continue assisting us with the rest so that we can finish. I don't want to be wrong, but up until last year October, I contacted them and I asked them concerning the rest materials, when I'm going to receive it and so forth. And the lady that I spoke to at the Red Cross told me, well, they're not going to be able to assist us anymore with the rest materials because apparently our house that is located in Fort William is bigger than the rest that they repaired in the neighborhood. So I was, a little bit upset because I turned and I asked her, I said, how could it be? And I live in Fort William and I see many houses that you guys did, and which is much bigger compared to mine. And it was not really the right thing, and I didn't feel comfortable because I have my kids and our living condition, it's not up to standard. And we don't go around telling people, but today I got a response from a gentleman who's been helping my family with a situation, and he asked me to contact Mr. Wilson, and that is what I did.
The main thing right now is the NRBP can pick up the phone and either call Red Cross and ask them what's going on, okay? Maybe in charge a different foundation and let them immediately try to help this lady. She needs a roof to finish, okay? Once she get a roof finished, she can battle her case in court beside of Irma destroying her home, force because of no roof, separate the kids, end up in a court case now with the government of Holland because Bonaire Sabre falls on the best, and they want to guarantee the children's safety for they to get back those kids under their supervision. The father was working in St. Martin, quit his job, went to Bonaire looking to get a job there and try to stabilize it so he can try to get it in his favor to rescue his family back and try to bring his family back in St. Martin. Okay? The only thing is that the government of St. Martin can do is immediately try to help her.
Meanwhile, at their weekly press briefing on Friday, May the 8th, 2020, member of the anti-poverty platform, Dr. Anders Raymond Gisseroen, is asking government the question, what is the housing situation on the island looking like, seeing that the 2020 Atlantic hurricane season is about 3 weeks away, and it is forecasted to be more active than the past seasons. Mr. Gisseroen queried which percentage of our damaged houses have been built back better than ever. And he posed a number of other questions to the Secretary General of VROMI.
With 3 weeks from now, a new Atlantic hurricane season to start, and with the news that this season will be more active and heavier than the seasons before, the question, what is the housing situation in St. Martin, is very legitimate. In the Daily Herald of January last year, 2019, VROMI Secretary General Brown informed the parliamentarians of the kingdom about the housing situation, and today, 16 months later, we have the following questions. Based on the answers that were given at that time to the parliamentarians, and for us to know right now what will be the answers of government and of the kingdom government. Mr. Brown said that Hurricane Irma has damaged 70 to 80% of the available housing in St. Martin. Our question, which percentage of these houses have been built back better and stronger? Mr. Brown said that the demand for housing at that time was double the supply. So, our question, what is the status of demand and supply of housing at the moment? Mr. Brown said that immediately after Irma, waiting list for housing almost doubled to 3,000 candidates. So we want to know how much candidates are now on the waiting list for housing. The social housing stock in St. Martin, they informed the parliamentarians, consisted of 200 emergency homes, 470 homes in Belvedere, and 94 homes in Hope Estate. What is the current social housing stock? Prior to Irma, they said, there were projects for the construction of 28 new homes in Coal Bay, 32 in Soccer Garden, 48 in Upper Princess Quarter, and 24 in Defiance, plus 24 senior homes. However, the kingdom parliamentarians were informed that the plans fell through due to the hurricane. So our question now, 16 months later, how many of these planned homes have been constructed in the last 60 months? St. Martin had a total of 19,000 housing units. This was also recorded in the National Resilience and Recovery Plan that was prepared by the World Bank. Is that still the case, or was there an increase?
And still to come, Minister of Finance says there are currently 358 eligible companies that have applied for payroll business support. We'll have the details of that story and much more when SXM Daily News returns.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
And as we continue now with the news, President of the Chamber of Labor Unions and member of the Anti-Poverty Platform, Claire Elshot, says the stimulus package that the government is proposing should have a different effect. It is far from a stimulus package. The stimulus package should, in her opinion, be able to stimulate what exactly we would need to survive a pandemic. The Windward Island Chamber of Labor Union president made the remarks at their weekly press briefing.
Well, basically, I feel, and a number of persons also feel, that the stimulus package, for example, it is lacking the tone of what is stimulus, because a stimulus package should be given actually to stimulate activities that would then, afterwards bring the whole operation back to nearly normal, if it's not normal as yet, but the stimulus package should have a different effect. What is being given now, or what is being proposed now, it is far from a stimulus package. So to start with, the proposals on the development, people have to come together to be able to come with proposals on how to stimulate, how that stimulus package name can be the objective of stimulating exactly what we would need in the future to be able to continue to survive, and a pandemic as such, depending on how long it lasts and how we're going to move forward. That, I have never seen that. In addition to that, we have never in these talks heard from the government how the measures that they're taking. When would they start and when would they end? We only heard that the parliamentarians will be giving up 6 months of their salaries. In addition to that, the 5% that have been agreed on in Parliament will be actually not a cut, because it will be filtered in to their pension plan. When it is filtered into their pension plan, it means that they are going to cash in at a later age and a later stage on this cut that they receive. But for us as workers, it's been held that we need a pension reform, because it would not be affordable for the pension fund to continue to guarantee the payments of our members. And within that reform, there are a number of measures that are going to seriously affect the younger working force right now. So how many cuts can they take at the same time? You're cutting the salary, how would that impact their pension in the future? You're cutting the vacation allowance, you're cutting the this, you're cutting the that, you're cutting different things. To date, we have a project standing in Cahill, months already, that should have been filled with persons to be able to generate exactly what we need. Government failing to cut what CEOs and CFOs, I was told there's a CEO or CFO or whoever owes in government-owned companies that makes a salary of $28,000. I'm standing to be corrected because I'm not a payroll person. But if that is not so, there are a number of things that have been legislated, which civil servants' salary and salary structures have been legislated. You can't come from one day to the next because I'm a union and ask me to support you. Yes, I'm going to support in thinking, because we all are in this, and I love my country. But we have to come up with also achievable measures.
And Minister of Finance Ardwell Edion says that 358 eligible companies have applied for business payroll support. This represents a total of 5,638 employees. This is for a maximum period of 3 months. The minister says that he is also reminding companies who have not initially qualified for payroll support based on the list that they may still qualify for the lockdown payroll support.
So far, 358 eligible companies have applied for the business payroll support. They represent a total of 5,638 employees. The business payroll support is available to qualifying companies for a maximum of 3 months. I would also like to give a reminder to companies who may not have initially qualified for business payroll support based on the exempt list. You may still qualify for the lockdown payroll support. The deadline to apply for lockdown payroll support is May 22nd, 2020. To verify if your company qualifies, please visit the website ssrp.sx and go to the lockdown payroll support. There's also income support for sole proprietors, vendor license holders, bus and independent taxi drivers, and tow drivers. There's a comprehensive list of documents you need to submit with your applications that you can find on the website. Please do not wait until the last minute to gather all your documents and apply. All of this information is available on the website at www.ssrp.sx. This is your source for all your credible information concerning the stimulus support.
Now turning to our weather forecast for May the 8th, 2020. A dominant Atlantic high-pressure system will maintain gentle to moderate winds across the region, while a relatively stable atmosphere filled with Saharan dust will continue to restrict shower activity. Hazy conditions are expected to gradually diminish towards the latter part of this forecast period. Seas will remain slight to moderate during the next few days. Outlook until Sunday midday. Fair to partly cloudy with light haze and a few brief showers are possible. Now let's turn to your 3-day forecast. And still to come, First Vice President of the Collectivité says that suppressing charges and taxes for the year 2020 is not an option. We'll have the details of that story and more when SXM Daily News returns.
Make use of WIB mobile banking with easy access and direct usage of face recognition, PIN code, or fingerprint. Download WIB mobile banking app and make your transaction from anywhere at any time. For more information, visit wib-bank.net/quick-login.
And as we continue now with news out of French Saint Martin, First Vice President of the Collectivité, Valérie Damasso, says that the option of not suppressing charges and taxes for the year 2020, considering that the measures proposed by the Collectivité is insufficient. This was a question posed to her from the local French Saint Martin weekly newspaper. The First Vice President says that this is absolutely not an option. She elaborates.
From St. Martin's Week newspaper, the local federation for very small businesses is launching a petition to suppress charges and taxes for the year 2020, considering that the measures proposed by the collectivité are insufficient. Is this request an option when the collectivité asks the state to guarantee the tax revenue of 2019 for the next 4 years?
Thank you for your question. This is absolutely not an option, and I think that the people behind this proposal, some of whom have been elected by previous majorities, are well aware of this. As a reminder, professional taxes paid by companies amounted to more than 60 million euros in 2019, including taxes and petroleum products. How can we seriously ask the collectivity to ignore these resources when the challenge of economic recovery depends in large part on public investment, on the continuation of the rehabilitation of the territory, which once again has been showed by a crisis? We would also like to point out that administrative divisions cannot be out of balance, unlike central government. Political postures must not come to the debate and create false hope among business leaders in great difficulties. This is not the time for controversy and pre-election spectacles. If our measures are deemed ineffective by some federation of businessmen, we invite them to act as an advisor to local authorities by passing on statistics, figures regarding the reality of their members. This will facilitate decisions making. Today, unfortunately, we are still waiting for this data and are therefore navigating without a compass or a radar.
And still to come, there's a new butterfly census for the Dutch Caribbean Windward Islands. We'll have the details of that story when SXM Daily News returns. And as we continue now with more news, there's a new butterfly census for the Dutch Caribbean Windward Islands. The results of a 4-year study were just published cataloging the butterfly species of St. Eustatius over the winter months of 2009 to 2012. This project also provided an update to species lists for the Dutch Caribbean islands of St. Eustatius, Saba, and St. Martin. The butterfly faunas of the 3 islands totals 44 species, including 7 new species records for St. Eustatius by comparing butterfly populations between different habitat types. The researchers determined which factors are important for increasing local diversity. Aside from being a colorful addition to any garden, butterflies are of great importance to local ecosystems. Butterflies are often used as an indicator for the health of a particular environment. For example, dense and diverse butterfly populations typically correspond to areas of equally dense and diverse plant life and other invertebrate, which often include important pollinators and natural pest control. Furthermore, because butterflies are so sensitive to changes in their environment, ecologists can use them to study the overreaching impacts of climate change, urbanization, and habitat loss within a specific area. And as we end this edition of SXM Daily News for this evening, this announcement from our utility company GEBE, they would like to announce a temporary system to assist with payment of bills at their offices. The schedule for the week of May 11th to the 15th, upcoming 2020, is as follows. On Monday, May 11th, 2020, if your name is on your bill that starts with the letter A, then you will be able to go and pay your bill. On Wednesday, May the 13th, 2020, name on the bill starting with the letters U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. And then on Friday, May the 15th, 2020, your name on the bill starting with the letter B, as in boy. They are also reminding you to please adhere to the rules at all times. You must wear your mask to enter the premises. Security will direct you to the floor markings once you are inside the premises. Please remember to social distance when waiting to be called. They are also kindly reminding you to sign up for your online GEBE account where you would be able to access your bills at any time, and where you will also be able to pay your bills from the comfort of your home or office. If you need assistance with setting up your online account, please email customercare@nvgebe.com or call 546-1112, 546-1100, 546-1160, or 588-3117. Online GEB account after you have arranged online banking with your bank. Only 2 bills per person will be allowed to be paid at the cashiers at one time. This is to ensure that persons are in and out of the building in a reasonable time. The schedule for May 18th, 2020 will be announced in a subsequent post. I am Valerie Van Putten. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. And just a reminder that this and other programs are available online. Simply log on to stmartinmediacenter.com for viewing. And on behalf of the SXM Daily News team, we thank you for watching and plan on meeting you right back here again on Monday.